grade 7, grade 6, grab your notebook and pen because in studio I have Mr. Jiva Dzonka. Yesterday he was here again explaining about composition. So might we start with a recap of what we did yesterday?
Thank you, Nicole. Yes, yesterday we were dwelling much on the composition writing of descriptive composition writing. However, we went on also to the stages of writing the composition using the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. And thereafter, we also said when we are dealing with descriptive compositions, we are talking about adjectives normally. Our sentences should be full of adjectives. We should be able to describe the place or the person or whatever we are told to. So today we want also to venture into this descriptive type of writing. And today we are dwelling much on the describing an interesting place that most of you maybe once visited. So this is my aim today.
Alright, so you have heard it for yourself. In case you have questions, it might be from yesterday's lesson or from today's lesson, you can come through 0717-605-027. Send through them on our WhatsApp platform, on our SMS platform. You can also come through on our Facebook page, YAFM 91.8. In case you have friends and families who are outside of the Great Dyke but who would like to listen to these lessons, tell them to go through to our website. That is at www.yafm.co.zw. I leave you to take over.
Thank you, Nicole. It's my pleasure to meet you once again, grade 7s, grade 6s, wherever you are. But right now, my biggest task, it's not a mammoth task, but just a biggest task that I have. I want to make your life very easy when you are writing an exam. I want just to make your life very easy. I mean, you should be able to tackle any topic after this concerning descriptive writing. Now, today we want to dwell much on describing an interesting place. Maybe you have some interesting places you once visited, but I am going to give you my own interesting place. But before I do that, I want you to take your pens and pens, your books and as well, and then I want you to write all the interesting places that you may think of, but I want you to choose one that you once visited or you wish to visit. After choosing that one, we are going to brainstorm on that one. So right now, I want you to list the places or just one place that you think of. I hope you have listed one. I have one. I have chosen Victoria Falls. Now, why did I choose Victoria Falls? I'll go back to the question itself. Describing an interesting place. Describing an interesting place. I have chosen Victoria Falls because it is interesting to visit. Right? Now, describing. Then I want to give you vocabulary to describe. But before I do that, we want to brainstorm by listing things that we see when we visit a place. We want to list down things that we see when we visit the place. I will give you time to list those things that you see when you approach a place, when you visit a place. Remembering that an interesting place is a place where friends and families come to visit, where memories are made, where people refresh, recreate, relax. It is just a place that is extraordinary. It's not just an ordinary place because it is interesting. And again, it has its own physical and emotional attributes, which I want you to portray or convey as you are going to write. The place should naturally bring the unique sense of sight in you. I mean, unique sense of sight. You should be different from the rest. If others are seeing a big tree, you should go further and see a branching big tree which is leafy. I don't want to preempt my vocabulary, but I want just to tell you, some will see a big tree, but some will describe that big tree. So I want you to have a sense of sight, a unique one, which is different from the rest. Then you become a very good writer. So a writer is different from the rest. Then let me give you a chance to write what you see. Let us brainstorm. Let us brainstorm what we see when we come to this place or when we visit this place. What did you see? Now Nicole is going to give us music. As we play the music, I want you to list down those things that you see when you approached or when you came to this place of interest, or the imaginary place of interest that we have. Thank you, Nicole. Right, what we were doing was brainstorming, just listing things that we see at a place at random, without order, without arranging anything. Just something that comes into your head, you just write it down. That's what we were doing right now. I said I'm going to choose Victoria Falls myself, and this is what I have listed randomly. I have listed the billboards, the atmosphere, the airport, the flat plain, the Zambezi River, the road, the town, the traffic, and the traffic lights as well, the shopping malls, the lodges, hotels and restaurants, the rainforest, the smoke that thunders, the gorge, the waterfall, the railway line, the bridge, you name it. I have just mentioned just a few, but you also have some other things. We have got a side that is different from mine. And maybe you have an endless list. But what we want, we are going to regroup this list that we have. And after regrouping, we are going to put them in paragraphs. But before we put them in paragraphs, we want to randomly put some adjectives matching the words that we have written down randomly. I want you to think word by word, a word that can best describe the word that you have written, the word that best describes the word that you have written. For example, I have written here billboards. I will say colorful, eye-catching billboard. Colorful, eye-catching billboard. What about you? What did you write? I want you to write adjectives or words that describe the word that you have written on your piece of paper while we are listening to the music. Hope I find you well. Thank you very much for listing all those words. I said myself I'm dwelling much on Victoria Falls. So I will dwell much on the words that I have listed myself. I said I listed airport. I don't just want to say airport. I'll go further to say world-class airport. I listed flat plain. I just want to say vast, beautiful, flat plain of the Matabeleland region. When I come to Zambezi River, I don't just write Zambezi River. I just write the mighty, meandering Zambezi River. What about the roads? I don't just say roads. The tarmac, wide roads. When I come to the town, an eco-friendly town, smart, litter-free town. When I come to the traffic, the town is congestion-free town. The traffic lights, the flashing traffic lights. Shopping malls, modern designed shopping malls. Lodges, state-of-the-art lodges. Hotels, gorgeous, beautiful, magnificent hotels. Restaurants, aroma-filling restaurants. The rainforest, the evergreen rainforest. Or you can say the ever-raining rainforest. The smoke. You can describe the cloud of the smoke that thunders, seen from afar. The gorge, the breathtaking deep gorge, the breathtaking deep gorge. Coming to the waterfall, you can say a wide stretching blanket waterfall, wide stretching blanket waterfall. You can talk about the railway line, the bridge, which is life-threatening when you are walking past the bridge. And then you can talk about the foreign land of Zambia, just nearby. There are so many things that you can list. The list is endless. And these are the words that we call adjectives, the words that describe the noun or the name of things or name of things. Now, after using those two powerful words, then we can write our sentences. How do we write our sentences? Let's go back to the topic. The topic says, describe an interesting place that you once visited. You can use the two tenses, the past tense as well as the present tense, because the place is still there today. So you can use either the past or the present. So you are describing just a place. So when you are writing a descriptive composition, descriptive words are the most important, though the story should come up lively to the person who is reading. Now, this is how we write a descriptive, by brainstorming what we see, writing the nouns, everything, the names of things that we see at a place, and then after that we now equate or match describing words to the words that we have already written. Now, I want you to send me some of the words that you have written yourself, describing your own place. Nicole is with me here. you will take down everything that you are sending. Thank you very much for responding, grade 7s and all listeners.
Lesson ready do come through 0717-605027. Send through your answers and make sure when you send it through on our include your name. So I do have a message here. It says a well-trimmed lawn. I don't know if it's correct. And another student says at Kariba there is a crocodile farm where you can see very fierce and huge crocodiles.
Thank you very much for those very effective adjectives said by the students. Thank you very much.
So keep your messages coming, 0717-605027. You can send an SMS, send a WhatsApp voice note even. You can give us a call live in studio, or alternatively come through on our Facebook page, YAFM 91.8.
Thank you very much. Maybe students may say we don't have the words to describe. Now let me give you some of the words that I have here that describe something that is large. You can say enormous, gigantic, massive, substantial, tremendous. These are some of the words that you can use to describe something large. And something that is very good. We rarely use the word good when we are writing compositions because it's abstract. How good is good? So you can use amazing, pleasant, marvelous, exceptional, super, outstanding, excellent, wonderful. All these words can be used when we are describing something good. When it is amazing, we can use such words like astonishing, awesome, fabulous, fantastic, incredible, stupendous, wonderful, breathtaking, brilliant, extraordinary, fabulous, puzzling, magnificent. All these are words that can describe something amazing. Coming to the word nice, when we are describing something which is very nice, you can use enjoyable, courteous, pleasurable, lovely, likable, pleasing, gracious, admirable, amiable. All these words can describe something nice looking. When you are describing happiness or something to describe happy moments, amusing, blissful, bright, charming, cheerful, contented, delighted, ecstatic. These are some of the words that you can use when you are describing happy moments. And you can also go on to describe interesting things like absorbing, compelling, amusing, captivating, diverting, engaging. All these words, they show that you have got a certain interest in something. Right. And then there are other words that can describe people. But today we are not going to talk about people. We are just going to talk about words that you can use to describe places. Some of these are luxurious, magical, fantastic, enormous, incredible, adorable, ancient, classic, dazzling, fashionable, famous, fancy. All these words can be used to describe. Thank you very much, Nicole. I want you to just give them something again while they record what I have mentioned so far.
Coming from Takuzwa Rukanda, he says he would say tiny ant and a breathtaking place. And this one right here says fabulous, visible, directive pictures, lovely swimming pools, glowing flowers. It's coming through from Vongai at Siboza. Amanda says one of my words are gorgeous mountains. And Clarice Funde at Nyanga says it is scenic restaurants, wonderful lodges, all right, the mighty, amazing Zambezi River, the smart littering town, the flashing traffic lights, a wide stretching waterfall, and a life-threatening bridge. Those are some of his descriptive words. So you can also send through your voice note, but always remember to request your favorite song, and if you're lucky, I'll play it for you.
Thank you, Nicole. I'm happy to hear that some are responding as far as Inyanga and outside Sishawane town. We are happy to hear that we have got so many listeners that are listening right now. I know it is of benefit to listen to the radio lessons. They will benefit you all. Right now we want to go further and now write our ideas. We have been brainstorming, just writing randomly. Now this time we want to put them into paragraphs. Remember, I said the first paragraph of a composition is the introduction. And what are the aspects of an introduction? You are introducing your topic to the reader. So it should be very appealing to the reader. It should entice the reader to keep on reading. And it should not be very long, it should be very short. And then after that, you go on to the body that you can split into different ideas. And the body should be very meaty. It should have a lot of flesh. It's not skeletal. It should contain a lot of vivid, fleshy body that a person will be contented that the story has been outlined. It is vivid. The place I can see it in my mind. Then after that, then you can finalize by writing the conclusion. So we want to put our ideas into paragraphs. But each paragraph, I'm not talking about the introduction this time, I'm talking about the body. Each paragraph should have a topic sentence. Each paragraph should have a topic sentence. And the topic sentence is supported by other sentences that are supporting the idea that you have started writing. Right now, I want you to think of an introduction. I have mine here about Victoria Falls. Let me read mine. One of the joys in the world is visiting the mighty Victoria Falls. It is so soothing, refreshing, and recreative to yourself. It is an extraordinary place to visit. Victoria Falls is a place to visit. I can go on and on and on. This is mine. I just want to tease you to write more. I know you have so many to write. I have seen some pupils changing their vocabulary after I have made my list, Thank you very much for changing that vocabulary. And please, let us use the vocabulary that is different from the grade 1s, grade 2s, grade 3s. Remember, when the examiners are marking your grade 7 composition, they regard you as grade 7 and not grade 6 and not grade 5. So if your composition is the grade 5 level, they will tell you, you pass, but you are not a distinctive student. We want distinctions in English. So far, I want you to construct your own introduction and maybe send in your introductions. Thank you. While Nicole is jamming music.
Let me see if there's other messages that have come through. This one right here from Cheryl Ngu says, my introduction goes like this. Leisure is a source of pleasure and satisfaction. I, along with my parents, made a touring journey to Victoria Falls. This one right here says, my name is Chantal. Introduction is, I have many visits I've made, but the visit with the lasting impression is that of Victoria Falls.
I like that one, lasting impression.
Very all right. Good. So keep your messages coming, 0717-605027. We will definitely read them out for you. You can also come through on our Facebook page, FM 91.8, 101.9. This is the grade 6, grade 7 lessons that comes to you every day from Mondays to Friday from 11 to 12 o'clock.
Thank you very much. Some may wonder, how are we going to write the sentences? I have heard so many introductions, wonderful introductions. People are learning, I tell you. And I tell you, these people who are responding, they are going to pass with flying colors, I tell you. They are distinction. I have liked the way you have expressed yourselves, and the adjectives that you are using, they are very suitable. Please keep it up. Now, some are saying, how are we going to write the sentences? I just want to give you just a simple way of writing sentences. When you are writing it in a composition, you should not just repeat. When you repeat words, it means you are out of words. So you are stranded. We don't want to show that we are stranded. We want to demonstrate that we are pregnant of words. Right now, I want to tell you how to begin sentences that are not monotonous. Of course, we can begin by stating our subject is the place. The place. Now, the place is, or you can say the place has. Instead of writing the place, you can also include the name of that place. So you can begin by the name of that place. Victoria Falls has. Victoria Falls is. And then you alternate. You can use even the pronoun. It has. It has. When you are now supporting Victoria Falls. So sentences are very easy to write. Begin by the way I have told you, and you will find that you are going to write very short sentences, including the noun and the adjectives. Remember, we can begin with the adjective, then we write the noun, or vice versa. So, it depends with the kind of sentence that you want to do. Then, I want you to give me a sentence or an opening sentence of the first paragraph that you have written. Maybe send me more, and then I will reward you for that. I'll give you something if I hear more from you.
All right, so you have heard for yourself. Do you send through your answers 0717-605027. If you're lucky, you'll get something for sending through your answer. 7 minutes to 12 o'clock is the time. You are still tuned into FM 91.8, 101.9.
My introduction is like this. Victoria Falls is a place. My introduction is like this. Victoria Falls is a place of wonders.
So that is a voice note that we received, but also there is a couple of messages that have come through. This one right here says, hello, my name is Amanda from Jishawane, and my introduction is a place which is as pretty as a picture and with kind-hearted people. Its name goes by Victoria Falls. Let me check by my SMS Pakuti. Do we have something? This one right here says, it is a scenic place already known as Victoria Falls for its magnificent and classic resort. This one right here comes through from Tino Due.
Thank you very much, Nicole. I like the introductions. May they keep on writing more fascinating introductions like those. There is one I'm going to read here. Maybe it's concerning the nature. The one says, the whistling winds, as they brush past huge trees, bring about a refreshing breeze that is beefed up by scorching sun. That's another one who is writing an introduction concerning the climate. Thank you very much. So, we can have so many introductions. Some involve the climate or the weather. Some involve a statement, any statement that is appealing, but which is towards the topic. It should be in line with the topic. And some can use idioms or whatever, metaphors to describe a place. But I have given you an assignment to say, I want you to write an opening sentence to a paragraph. The first opening sentence to your paragraph, the topic sentence. And after that, then we are going to put supporting sentences to that topic sentence that you have written. However, some are responding very well, but others are already through with the composition. I wonder why they are through. But however, some are saying we are already at the conclusion. But there are certain words I want to give you at the conclusion. Put punctuations where they are supposed to be, especially on names. Proper names should have capital letters. And then put full stops where they are supposed to be. And make sure your sentences are very short and meaningful. Remember, if you write a sentence that is not meaningful, you are disqualified. I tell you, they will give you a very low mark as examiners once they notice that you are not very good at English. So avoid by all means to write anything that is of no sense in your composition. Stick to the sentences that, to the pattern of the sentences that I have given you to avoid monotony. So I thank you very much for the conclusion that you are giving. I want to hear more from you as we wind up our lesson.
All right, so for today,
if we may continue with English, we are going to describe a person. Describing a person. Now I want you to write all descriptive words about a person for tomorrow. I thank you.